it's Reagan, and today I'm here to do my annual Christmas book haul. I hope everyone had a very happy holidays. As any book lover I'm sure can relate to, anytime there's any type of holiday situation, books are a thing that people like to give me, which honestly wouldn't have it any other way. So I do have quite the stack of books to show off. Most of them I actually got myself because treat yourself. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right in. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Warcross by Marie Lu. Now this is a novel that I've had my eye on for a while. This released I believe in September and I've heard really fantastic things about it, but for whatever reason I delayed to get it until now. But now that I do have it, it's exciting times. This is her newest like fantasy inspired video game story. Honestly, I didn't need to know much more than that because I love fantasy and I love video games. But I personally really love Marie Lu's action writing style. I feel like she writes combat really, really well. Again, I've heard great things. I honestly don't know much more than that, but I am so excited to dive in. The next book I grabbed was Fire Study by Maria V. Snyder. This is the sequel to this is the third novel to the Study original trilogy. I read the first one. I'm hopefully reading Magic Study very soon, and I wanted to have the third novel on hand so I can complete out the trilogy in 2018. This is a fantasy story that is very much politically inspired. It has very a communist mixed with fantasy feeling, but this follows our main character who at the beginning of the first novel is about to be executed, but she is granted clemency to become a poison taste tester. She then discovers she has magic. Boom, our story begins from there. It's really good. I want to read the second book soon, hence so I got the third one as well, because book buying problems. The next novel was another one I have had my eye on all throughout 2017 and finally got, and that is A Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dao. This is an East Asian story that is inspired by the Evil Queen plotline from Snow White, which just sounds like everything I need in my life. This follows our main character Zai Fang, who is incredibly beautiful, and her whole life she has been told she's going to have a dazzling future that's going to take her out of a very small village that she's grown up with. Basically, she's been told that she's going to become the empress and marry the current emperor, but the only way to do that is to spurn the one she loves and embrace the dark magic that runs through her veins. This sounds so good. Is she gonna become evil? I don't know. I've heard incredible things about this story and I'm just, again, excited to have it. That's why I have it. We out here. The next book I have to show you guys was sent to me for review by HMHT, sponsoring in part this video, and that is Meetcute by a variety of different authors. This is an anthology collection all about when people who fall in love first meet. And it has a variety of different stories by Jennifer L. Armentrout. We also have Nicola Yoon in here, Jocelyn Davies, Emery Lord, a whole bunch of really amazing contemporary authors writing about first love, falling in love, and all of those really gushy things. This comes out in January, but I had an early copy and I'm excited to pick it up and read it soon. It just sounds like a book to warm your heart on a cold day. The next two novels I have to show you guys are the first and second book to a series. First one is Akita Witch, and the sequel, Akita Warrior by Nnedi Okorafor, just came out, and this has been described as like a Nigerian Harry Potter, which honestly didn't need to know any more besides that. So this follows our main character Sunny, who was born in New York but lives in Nigeria, and she is an albino. She's incredibly athletic, but because of the fact that she is an albino, she can't really play sports like soccer like she wants to outside because of her skin is very, very sensitive. From there, however, she discovers that she is a free agent latent with magical powers. Soon she becomes a part of a quartet of magical students and uncovers all sort of secret abilities that she has. This sounds incredible. It has amazing reviews. It's also lauded by some of amazing fantasy authors. We have Ursula Le Guin and Neil Gaiman. The sequel just came out, very long awaited from what I hear, so I cannot wait to pick this up. This is definitely top of my list for 2018 for sure. This sounds so unique and like nothing I've read before. Next two books are the books I picked out from Book of the Month this month, and the first one is The English Wife by Lauren Willing. This is described as a juicy and delicious thriller novel set in 1800s England, which that's honestly all I needed to hear. So Annabelle Labarde Bayard van de Ville, that is a name, lives a very charmed life. She's rich, she has a loving husband, she has young children, she seemingly has it all. And then one day, her husband is found murdered with a knife in his chest, and Annabelle herself goes missing, presumed drowned. From there, Annabelle's sister forms an unlikely alliance with a reporter to uncover the secrets of what happened. Yeah. This sounds really good. I love an 18th century British setting. I love society and dresses mixed with a darker plot thread. This just sounds like something I am going to fly through. So I had to pick it this month. I also picked out The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This follows our main character Nahari, who does not believe in magic. On the streets of 18th century Cairo, she is a con woman. She basically gets by selling, by reading palms, doing tarot cards, and all of those things. However, one day she accidentally summons a genie warrior to her side, and that's where the story takes off from here. I hear fantastic things about this plot, this world, this setting. Apparently it's immersed with lyrical writing and magic woven into this. I have never read a novel set in 18th century, really honestly any type of historical Egypt setting aside from ancient Egypt. So this really appeals for me for a lot of different levels. Magic, the setting, the plot, genie warrior, honestly, just looked incredible. I had to get it. Next few books I got from my December Owl Crate. The first one is The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. Yes, you heard that right. This is a middle grade story following our main character Carter, who is a street magician. He loves everything to do with magic and illusions, and then one day an evil carny man comes in and tries to destroy his town. He then teams up with other magicians like himself to basically save the day. This book also has illustrations and honestly just sounds like a whole bunch of fun. I love middle grade stories, you guys know this, especially ones centering around magic. It just sounds like a good time. Next book is Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This is a contemporary story following our main character Claudia, who at the beginning of the story witnesses the breakup of the century in her high school. The it couple is no more. When one of the parties, Iris, begins giving Claudia a hard time. They're both thrown together to be in the cast of A Midsummer Night's Dream in their school, which honestly that part of the plot line really sold me, as I was in A Midsummer Night's Dream in high school as well, and I love any type of theatrical setting. And from there, this says, smart, funny, and thoroughly wonderfully flawed, Claudia navigates a world of intense friendships and tentative romance, and a book about expanding your horizons and allowing yourself to be accepted by the ones that know you most. This just sounds like a really, really charming contemporary read, which I always like to have in the back of my pocket when I'm in the mood to read some contemporary. Next up are the 4 books I got from Book Outlet. As you guys know, I have a Book Outlet page, which I'll leave linked down below, but the first one is so beautiful. It is Little Women by Louise May Alcott, and this is in the Puffin Bloom edition, which I love. I have 3 other books. I think this is the last one that I needed to get, and I like to have them on display. I actually think I like this one the best. I like the colors. I like how ginormous it is. These are just stunning, and the fact that Book Outlet has them for over 50% off, I can never say no, because these books are sold at Anthropologie, and they're expensive. So yes, when I saw this, I could not say no. There's little illustrated ladies on here. It's so cute. The next book I picked up was Commonwealth by Ann Patchett. Now this is a book I saw Max over at Well Done Books read and really enjoy. So again, when I saw it for a good price, I picked it up. So this is a novel that spans over 5 generations and basically follows the consequences of one action that took place on a sunny afternoon in Southern California. When Bert Cousins shows up at Franny Keating's christening party, and then before that night is over, Bert then kisses Franny Keating's mother, which ends in the dissolution of both of these people's marriages. And again, this novel explores the consequences of this one action through many generations of people involved in this family. I just heard fantastic things about this story, and I'm honestly a huge fan of lit fic stories centering around family drama and family dynamics. So again, when I saw this for such a fantastic price, I had to grab it. Next up, I picked up Bert Marie Was Here by Frederick Bachman. Now this is the same author who wrote A Man Called Ove, which is a novel that I own and have been meaning to read for a long time. This is a very well-loved author who apparently writes incredibly charming stories. Our main character, Bit Marie, who is, to put it lightly, a bit of a clean freak and a control freak. Any type of mess disturbs her deeply in her core. She also lives a very organized life. She wakes up at 6 a.m. She wouldn't call herself passive aggressive, but sometimes people interpret her well-meaning advice as such. At the beginning of the story, however, she decides to one day pick up and leave her cheating husband and start over. And she finds herself in a town called Borg, which is a very, very small town, and there she becomes the caretaker for a recreational center and basically has to deal with muddy floors, messy rooms, and everything that drove her crazy. But she soon finds herself settling in a new life and beginning to appreciate things that she never had done before. Again, this just sounds like a very, very charming story. I've heard incredible things about this author, so I picked this up, and I really, really want to read A Man Called Ove and this one, hopefully very, very soon. And the last thing I picked up, and the last book I'm going to show off in this book haul, is not a book, but very exciting, and that is a Star Wars coloring book. I don't know. I saw this on the website and I said, do I need a Star Wars coloring book? No. Do I want one? Obviously. So I got it. This is a Rogue One coloring book. I actually thought my boyfriend Clay would really like this because he loves Rogue One, honestly, more than I think most people. I think it's one of his favorite Star Wars movies. He cries every time he watches it. Don't get me wrong, it's an incredible book. But I got this because I like coloring and the illustrations in here are so cool. Lots of Star Wars going on in here. So I grabbed it because I thought it would be fun. Alrighty guys, that is my Christmas book haul. Let me know down below some books you've gotten recently, as I would love to know. And I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye.